All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you guys skipping class with me today. We are going to get into a oldie but a goodie, a Core 21 draft booster box. This comes with the classic 36 packs. We have 5 contestants. Fat Tony is back to defend his championship. We have Aaron back in the building. Chase, Levi, and Dannon. Today's battle is brought to you by Foxtrot Designs down in Florida. Chase is actually the owner of them. He created this beautiful playmat, which you can find on Amazon, along with sleeves and other accessories. So let's jump into this. Today's battle will be a classic. The high and the low will get 3 additional bonus packs. We're going to add up all of our CMCs for all of our rares and mythics. And the person with the highest will get 3 additional packs. And the person with the lowest will get 3 additional packs. This set is got some good stuff in it. Terra the Peaks, Ugin. Today we're hoping to see some of those. It also has a pretty good Teferi in there. Elder Gargaroth, Azusa Lost But Seeking, which is on the rise because of the World Shaper Precon. So today we're going to hope to find some of those goodies. I've had this box marinating on the shelf for a couple of years. I picked this box up down in Tallahassee, Florida, at Terra Angels Magic Shop. I met the Terra Angel. She was able to give me a really good deal on this, and I've just been letting it marinate. So today we're going to crack it open. Each participant will get 6 packs. 3, 6 for Dannon. Let's see here. 3, 6 for Levi. 3 and 6 for Chase. 3 and 6 for Aaron. And Fat Tony will find himself with 6 as well. And that will leave us with 6 additional packs for our prize support. Our high will get the left today. Low will get the right. Let's crack into these and see what we can find for everyone. Dan, we'll start with you. This was around the time that I had first gotten into Magic, around the Ikoria block. So we'll skip through some of the commons and uncommons. And we'll jump into a Heartfire Immolator, Palladium, Dokotl, and a Primal Might. So the X will count as a 0. So Dannon will start his pack off with a 1 with the Primal Might. Going for the low there. We'll do this in 3 rounds. We'll do 3 packs, then 2 packs, then we'll do a last pack magic for everyone. So Return to Nature, cancel, Crash through it's a good uncommon. All right, Tormod's Crypt for the 0, Rain of Revelation, and a first mythic of the box, a Mangara the Diplomat, which I think has now been downshifted to just a rare in Commander Masters, but that will add 4 to Dannon's total. Oh, with a nice pretty swamp right there for him to take home. So our first mythic of the box, a Mangara the Diplomat. Not a bad mythic. There are some more womp womp mythics. I take that phrase from another channel over at Wildcat MTG. He likes to use the phrase womp womp mythics. Mangara is not necessarily one of those, but it certainly can be better. And our rare out of the pack is Temple of Empathy. So Dannon will close out his packs with a 5, the Primal Might, the land, and the Mangara. Let me get that wrote down so I don't forget. And Levi, we'll jump into your next 3 packs. Corsets. Do we wish we brought these back, or are we okay with, I think the new version of this is Foundations. Unleash Fury, good card. And a Chandra's Incinerator for a beefy 6 right there. Yeah, I kind of wish we had Corsets back. I think they are a good middle of the ground, you know, summer product that we could always see. You know, hopefully, I think this was one of the first collector boxes. I know there were a couple before that, but I'd like to see Corsets make a comeback here. Got a rare Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, great commander playable card right there for a 3, and a foil common Vine. So let's see here. Levi's first 2 packs, a 6 and a 3, totaling a 9. We'll jump into his last pack of the round. He is certainly in it to win it for the high here, looks like. Jumping out to a good lead. Miscast, the Scythe, Watcher of the Spheres, and a rare Baron Tolarian Archmage for a 3. So we'll end Levi's round with a, let's double check here, 3, 6, and 6 is 12. We'll put the Vito on top. Vito's still a good commander playable card. Who we have here today? Chaser jumping in the middle of the pack. So you can see, I think that's an Ikoria card. So this came out a little bit after Ikoria. Got us a Shrine here. These had their prime time for a little while ago. Another rare Ghostly Pilfer. Oh, double rare pack. Let's see what we got here. A foil Stormwing Entity for a 5. So Chaser with a double rare pack. Ghostly Pilfer for a 2 and a Stormwing Entity for a 5. Taking him up to 7 out of his first pack. That's a pretty good start right there. Life Goes On. Crash Through again. Let's see here. Still hunting some of the big mythics. Hellkite Punisher, Gorman, the Burlfist Oak, and a rare 1/2 Juriel, the Recluse, for an additional 2. So still looking, yeah, for a big hit. I know a lot of these have been reprinted a ton since this set came out. Let's see what we can get into. Another Shrine, and our rare for the pack is a Mazemind Tome for a 2 with a foil Rambunctious Mutt. All right, so for Chaser's 3 packs, we got the Mazemind Tome for a 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11. Giving Levi a good run. Let me double check that here. Let's see here. 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, and 11. Yeah, we'll put the foil Stormwing Entity on top there. Coming into Aaron's first round. Let's see what we can find for him. I know he's looking for a Terror of the Peaks. He'd love to find that here. Rookie Mistake, Opt, the Hollow Blade, Waker of Waves, the Leafkin Avenger. Oh, a mythic, a big one, a big 6/5. Let's see what it is. A Massacre Worm. That's a good one for mana value and a playable card there. Massacre Worm. He hates seeing that card when I play him on Arena. That's one of those big bad boogeymen. I run that in my Shieldred, the Apocalypse Brawl deck. So that always Anytime he can lose 2 life, Aaron hates that. Let's see what we can find in pack 2. The Hallowblade, Furious Rise, Canopy Stalker, and another rare, something pretty. A Sandra's Incinerator, again in this, what is this? This was like the spellbook frame for Chandra. Maybe it was? I didn't know they put those in the draft packs. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Kai's taking a commanding high lead though with 2 6s, already up to 12 out of his first 12 packs. Kai says he came to play today. Let's see what we can find in his 3rd pack. The Furious Rise, the Warmonger, and a rare. Oh, he's going to stay there in the 12 spot with a Temple of Mystery for his 3rd pack. The Temple Cycle, not a great one, I think, to have in a set. Those are really just precon lands, in my opinion. But Kai's will finish up with a 6 and 6 for a 12. Yeah, very disappointing, I think, to have the temples as your mainstay in your product. But I get it. Not everything can be shocks and fetches. Let's see. We'll start with the Burn Bright. This is Tony's first pack here with the Codal. Oh, Tony! Tony! He does it. He pulls it out. First pack, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Mythic. Tony not here to play games. He said, thank you guys for coming, but your presence is no longer needed. We'll get that sleeved up for him here in just a second. Eugene the Spirit Dragon. Tony, what are you doing, my guy? Save it. Save it till the end at least. Give him a chance. Let's bust open pack number 2 for him. Truffle Snout. That's a good looking hog. We love hogs over here. Let's see here. Getting into 22nd pack. Another Shrine. The Jester. And the Stitcher. And the rare Containment Priest. That's not a bad card. That's commander playable. How dare I cover up the Ugin. So Tony with a 10 out of his first 2 packs. He's buying for the high and the value. The high and the value. And if there's one thing we know Tony for, it's being high and finding the value. The Blood Glutton, Return to Nature. Let's see what we have here. The Swooper, Tide Skimmer, the Airy, and last uncommon here, the Assassins. Jump into it. Another rare 2/3 Feline Sovereign. That's a good cat card. That's a good cat card. Ooh, with a foil Garruk's Uprising. I know he'll like that. He's big on the Garruk's Uprising. The Feline Sovereign for a 3, which I think will boost him into the lead. He'll finish with an 8, 10, 13 after the first round. The Eugene with the beautiful snipe there. And that will give him the lead. So going into round number 2, we have Dannon at a 5, Levi at a 12, Chase at an 11, Aaron tied with Levi at 12, and Tony fighting them all off with a 13. Dannon, let's get into your second round. 2 packs here. We'll try to find you some value or keep you in the low spot. Let's see what we can find here. I know Dannon's looking for stuff to put in his cube. That Ugin might have been what he was looking for. First rare of the box, Glorious Anthem. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Oh, a double rare pack. What do we get here? See the Truth for an additional 2. So Dannon will finish with 5 off of that round. Then we'll finish with a 5 there. And let's get him one more. Doubling his first 3 packs off that 1 pack, and finds another 5 piece. Looks like we got something back there. Something borderless, it looks like. We have Aquarian Druid, the Houndmaster, and the Scooge. Nice Scooge for Dan in there with another double rare pack. I think this is what I saw. Probably one of the most cube playable cards you can ever find. A borderless Solemn Simulacrum for an additional 4. So Danon is playing himself out of the high here. I'm sorry, out of the low. So with his 2 packs, he'll tally up with a 3, 5, 9, 10, 11 with a nice borderless Solemn Simulacrum right there. We'll cover that up with the Mythic Mangara. Let's see here. What do we say he had? 4, 6, 9, 10, 11. Then with an 11, bringing himself to a total of 16 after 2 rounds. We'll jump into Levi's second round here. 2 packs for our guy. The Llanowar Visionary. The Daybreak Charger. The Finishing Blow. Tormod's Crypt. Bad Deal. An uncommon. What is this going to be? Showcase Krook's Uprising? It sure is. Oh, what a beautiful card. Beautiful, beautiful card. And our rare, ooh, a nice Sublime Epiphany, which will help out in the high category for a total of 6. We'll get into his second pack here. That's a nice hit on the Sublime Epiphany. It's one of the better rares in the set. And walked away with a Showcase Krook's Uprising. Can't be mad at that pack. The Freebooter. Warden of the Woods. And our rare, a 2/2. Oh, just another Solemn Simulacrum for a 4. Oh, with a pretty land, though. That'd be a nice take home there. So, Levi will finish his second round with a 10, bringing him to a 22 and reclaiming the high. We'll leave the Sublime Epiphany on top there. We'll jump into Chase's second round. Again, still looking for another big mythic or another couple of those good rares. Oh, more hogs. Let's see what we can find for Chase in pack 1 of the second round. Unleash Fury, the Patrician. Ooh, Speaker of the Heavens, keeping him in the low spot with a foil Secure the Scene common. So, just a 1 for Chaser there. That might be enough to help him play for the low. Let's jump into our second pack here. The Vessel, the Assassins, another rare. What could this be? Runed Halo. I think over at Alpha Investments, this is Rudy's ex-girlfriend from high school. Runed Halo for a 2. So very low pack for Chase there with a 3, which will bring him to a 14 after 2 packs, after his second round. We'll jump into Aaron's second here. Aaron looking to add to his mythic total. He's been on a bit of a dry spell here, so hopefully we can find some Village Rites. Very commander playable. More shrines. Racking up on the shrines of this box. Eliminate Teferi's Tutelage. Another rare, a 3/4. Basri's Lieutenant for a 4. And that will do it. Let's see what we can find here. There's Fat Tony going to come steal all of the cards. Pride Malkin, again, one of Aaron's favorite cards. He does love the kitty cat. He is known for that. Meteorite, the Drouser, Bazari's Solidarity, not bad, and our rare Stormwing Entity. I don't know if duplication was a factor out of this set. I think Chase walked away with a foil one of those, which I think do come on a different print sheet, but a Stormwing Entity for a 5, giving Aaron a total of 9 for the round, which will put him at a 21, just one behind Levi. And we will start to tidy up here as we start to come to an end of our second round. Tony pulled the big Ugin. He's walking away a happy man, regardless of what happens in these final 3 packs of his. An Opt, always good to have those around. Bad Deal, the Warmonger, another rare Sanctum of All. Speaking of Sanctum of All, I think Aaron has a deck that runs something similar to that, but that will add to Fat Tony's total with a 5 with a foil Prismite, and that will close him out. Adding a 5 to your total, already bringing you to 18 with one more pack in your second round. Oh, more Hogs. Let's see here. Going into the last pack of the second round, the Tempered Veteran. That is Tony, if we know him. And our rare, a Transmogrify for a 4. Not familiar with that card here. Interesting piece of red removal there. Chaos Warp at home, I suppose. So Fat Tony will finish up with a 9 for his total in his second round, bringing him also to a 22 to tie with Levi. So going into our last round, last pack, we have Dannon at a 16, Levi with a 22, tied for the lead with a 22, Chase in the low with a 14, Aaron in play for the high with a 21, and Fat Tony tied with Levi with a 22. Good luck, gentlemen. Let's see how this last round plays out. Dannon going into your last pack. Nice little showcase card there. Another Shrine. The Leafkin Avenger. Oh, and a rare. This will help play because it's going to be a Temple of Triumph to help keep you in the low with no rare or foil behind it. So, Dannon, you will stay at a 16. And that will almost all but certainly keep you in the low. You're going to have to fight off Chase, but I would say your odds are pretty good. Levi, you're going to need something big here to break the tie with Fat Tony. You're going to need something gigantic. I'm sure you would like an Elder Gargaroth or a Fire Emancipation, but we'll start with the Bolt Helm, the Invigorating Surge. Oh, not a good time for a Temple of Milady to show up here. That's not what you want to have, keeping you with no foil, no bonus rare. So that will total you out at 22. And I know Fat Tony's got a grin on his face right now. Chase, let's see if you can fight off Dannon for the low spot. We'll start with a Lawfully Denial, the Radiant Fountain. Put some of these. Grasp of Darkness. All right, the Kraken, the Pyreling, Fungal Rebirth, and a rare. No way did Chase just do this. A Temple of Silence, putting the silencer on the low spot with a beautiful Plains right behind it. So he does fend off Danon with the low, and we have 3 straight lands to start the last round. Chase has locked up the low with a 14. Aaron, you are still in play for the high. You're 1 behind Tony. So something big here could catapult you into the lead, into the high. Return to Nature, cancel. The Shock, the Palladian Mirror. Let's see what we can find for you. Something, a Spore Web Weaver for a 3. Anything in the bonus slot. No rare foil or double rare pack. So you'll add a 3 to your total, going to a 24. Taking the lead ever so slightly for the moment. Will it be enough to fight off Fat Tony, who just needs what will be a 2 to tie, and almost certainly the win with the Ugin as the tiebreaker, and a 3 will outright win it for him. Pride Malcolm, Riddle form, and what are we going to have here after the Geyser? A 2, which will tie him with Aaron at a 24. But I think the tiebreaker is going to be the Ugin. Remember, we start with the highest value mythic. Oh, just short. Just short. So the Ugin does beat out the Massacre Worm. Let me double check one more time. No more mythics. And Eugene is an 8. So that will do it. The Eugene will break the tie over Aaron. So Fat Tony does defend his high, and Chase will take home the low with a 14. We said the low has the honor of always going first, which will be Chase. Let's find out what's in your bonus pack. We are Mythic Light on this box. Let's hope they're all hiding in the prize packs here. Fierce Empath, the Overload, and a rare is a Pack Leader as your rare for turn. Not bad. If you have a Cats and Dogs deck, Pack Leader I think is one of those cards that you like to have, like to always include. Treacherous Greed. Oh, let's see what we can get here after the Mentor. A Brash Taunter. Not a bad hit there. Every good deck likes a Brash Taunter. Brash Taunter into it. Still looking for a mythic. Something, some value for the prize pack. Let's see what we can find for him. The Scourge. The Shaman. And a rare, a Spark Hunter Masticore for Chase to end his prize packs. Brash Taunter again, not a bad one, Tim. As a consolation prize. Fat Tony, let's see if you're going to steal everything away. If you can find some value here in your prize packs. Crash through. Let's see here. The Immolator. The Sniper. A rare, conspicuous Snoop. I can see Anthony looking out windows like that. So that's very fitting for him. Going into more of our prize packs here. Sorry, some technical difficulties. Opt, Revitalize, more Greed. Let's see what we can find here. Another rare, Liliana's Steward Barrier. Not really any good hits out of our prize packs. Let's tap into the last pack of the box. It's got Chandra on it. Let's hope it's got some heat in there. See if we can find one more good hit. Rewind. The Scourge. And a rare, See the Truth. And that will close us out right there. Again, big hit of the box, the Spirit Dragon, the Massacre Worm, a Mangara for Danon, Mythic Light on this box. Didn't find much of the value in the rare section, but we would like to thank you guys for skipping class with us today and playing, and we'll see you on the next one.